What's up, Hippo lovers? It is time for King of the Desert 2 semi-finals. Yesterday, Mr. Viper advanced, and today we will find out who will go into the finals tomorrow as well. The tournament hosted, sponsored, and organized by MEMP TV. We will look into up to 7 Arabia games. Liereyy in the blue trunks, Vivi playing in the red, and well, Liereyy quite active here with the scout instantly. We already saw Vivi taking a restart here in game number 1, and so he's out of it. Liereyy instantly trying to go for some laming, trying to put Vivi in an unfortunate position, which normally is his specialty. Liereyy not the big risk taker, relying on his macro micro decision making and build order execution. How's the money in the tournament divided? 5k first, 2.5k second, 12.50 for the losers of the semi-finals. So they are basically playing for 12.50 and then having a chance for another 2.5k for this match. Vivi, 3 on wood, not the greatest micro here on that, but now fixes that. Goes for the next boar or the first boar, and Liereyy takes this one as the front as well. Still some stuff to pick up here at the right hand side. Four on wood for Liereyy, kind of indicating men at arms, and missing loom from Vivi, no specialty here. Kind of want to delay that a bit longer. Not sure what went wrong with this at the start. Well, we will see how they will play this out. Mill now here. Liereyy with the house that is a bit untypical for him. I think normally he would have built the house over here instead of here. Just because that he creates the wall more in that line in front of his gold, instead of at the range of the gold. So we will probably see him build buildings around here a bit more, which is kind of weird. Liereyy normally a guy who is very active in protecting his main gold spots with buildings. So, well, we will see, especially against Vivi, you need to put a lot of thought into how do you protect your resources, because you know that the aggression will be coming. Should I make a spinach soup or just eat a baguette? Spinach soup. Spinach, right? It's called spinach? Spinach, yeah. This would be the time to loom if you wanted to go for 21. Now already sends a villager to gold. Kind of early-ish, I'd say. Huh. Who do you think will win KOTD2 and who do you want to win? I want to see Liereyy win. I think Viper will win. Liereyy winning would be obviously so good for my tournament as well. Ooh. Made the Zebra bug out there without taking any damage. And in general, like, just not having Viper win every single tournament would be really nice for a change. But, well, he hasn't really given us that. Doubt is the answer to both. Okay. Vivi with the 10-9 timing here. Is my math wrong? That could be the best time I've ever seen in an online match. 10-5 is the perfect time, and he has only 4 seconds delay here. China against Austria as well. We've seen some 3 seconds plays during the Escape TV event, but I think 4 seconds is honestly the best. Okay, and Liereyy is apparently... do I have the colors wrong? Liereyy is the one sending a villager forward to try to sneak. Hmm. Herobrine gifting a sub. Cheers, man. As you know, I'll have the promotion that I would give the sub to the community as well. And, well, we will probably see scouts. Did I? Actually, I didn't increase the sound, by the way, right? Sorry for that. Now we have real game sound. My bad. But no one else complained as well. Okay. Now building the tower here. Vivi tries to go for the vault. Instantly sees that, and now we finally have some attack sounds and real feeling of the game here. And armor upgrade now as well. Liereyy with only 2 men at arms I wanted to say, but actually it's 3. And we have some attack here at the right hand side as well. Do I have the headphones on the wrong way? No. Oh, blocking some here. Speed block already got a villager kill. Can he get a second one? Yes, great start for Liereyy. And that woodline is pretty exposed as well. Does Liereyy see that? No, he does not. Villager stopped here. 95%, 97%, and she's going down. Loses some HP in that area. If only he scouted the second woodline, he could do so much more damage. 2-for-1 villager trade now, and that tower in the long run will help Vivi out. Liereyy, he needs to scout to the left hand side. He should know that he has to have more than only 5 villagers on wood. Now it's walled. Oh, but that villager could die. Madam's doing the damage, and 3 villagers down. Vivi with a very sloppy start here. Those are villagers that normally could have been saved. Now Archer and Spearman, and what did I tell you? He's building this a bit around, and if the house was just here, just felt so much more natural with the line, but honestly, maybe I'm just nitpicking some random stuff there. Oh, Liereyy running into the TC. That's what we saw. What was it? Oh, we had the game against MBL. We both played very aggressively with men-at-arms. There he ran into the TC from time to time as well. Is he a house somewhere? Okay, he's building it. It's so weird to me that he does not know about the second wood line. Oh, wrong wall. Oh. Who are betting on to win? Betting on to win, Liereyy. So yeah, probably Liereyy is the favorite here, but only a slight one. Some walls in the back here, only one little wood line. So like Liereyy, he has to have a, I don't want to call it the brain bug, but normally he's a bit sharper, and that's realizing that cannot be all of yours. Just compare how little trees are chopped compared to what area Liereyy is going for. So he should know, okay, I don't have a lot of villages on wood, you are scout rushing, so normally you put 9 or 10 on wood, most of the time 10. There has to be another spot where you're getting lumber. Okay. Maybe now trying to move out with his scouts. Didn't get too much, a lot of spearmen out. Simply for Liereyy here, and they will try to intercept that as well. Now going for the stable from the other side. Fast castle? No, guys. He just went to scouts, lost 3 villagers, lost his mill as well, and now switching on to an archer range. It's simply not looking great for him. Needed to build a defensive tower as well, and tries to stay active here. Stable might go down, only one skirmisher here, Liereyy without a blacksmith. Let's take a look and if that villager can be picked off here. Looks a bit like it. Way. Okay. Just had another small good info for NAC2, but not too important. And well, that's another villager being picked off, kind of sloppy by Liereyy, who has solid resources to click up. Look at that, 500 food. Now dropping some spearmen out of position. Archer need to go back. Meanwhile, we have the big go over here. That's why they're so distracted. The pickup here won't happen, so we are jumping back into that area. And Skirmish is defending this quite nicely. Liereyy now sees. Ah, here is your wood line. Okay. It is running a bit more to the side. Stable up here. Is he trying to jump through the TC? Not for now. That is actually walled. There's a tree behind this, guys. Oh, that's actually the same one. Yeah. Okay. Running into the TC again. Liereyy kind of sloppy with that. I'm a bit surprised how often he runs into the TC. Oh, +1 defense for his scouts now. Scale barding armor on the way. Kind of interesting that he went for that. Shouldn't really chase with all 3 spearmen. It's now going back. Doesn't want to take the... Oh, nice. Oh, gets a double kill. Good stuff for him. Yeah, normally watch your Rex at 1.5 speed. Can you talk faster? I feel comfortable. Okay. So now we're moving in here. Scouts are running through the TC, but now it's a nice block up here. TC is shooting at those with arrows. Spearmen are coming from behind, getting 1 sweet kill. Meanwhile, we have the attack launching at the front. Liereyy is moving in. We now fix the hole here for Mr. Dragon. Wheelbarrow on the way. Farm eco not that great. Actually pretty great because he was away from the berries for so long. Now switching on to gold. We now have the walls probably being, well, aimed to finish pretty soon. Liereyy with only 3 on gold because he is switching so heavily onto the scouts. Let's take a look if he can do some major damage. For now, Liereyy only has skirmisher and some spearmen, so could maybe take some of those. Scout production did kind of stop, but now he's building a second stable, so might return to that. Actually, where? Oh yeah, he lost the stable, so it's only back to 1 stable. I would really love to be better there. I think I'm relatively good in speed casting in German. In English, I'm still screwing up some stuff. But yeah, I think I improved quite heavily in that. How many builds can be created in the time that wheelbarrow takes? I think we are always saying 3. Let's quickly check. Wheelbarrow takes 75 seconds. And a villager takes 25, so it's indeed exactly 3. Really go back to normal. Kind of anxiety attack. Let's take a look. Archer scouts, quite a nice composition compared to spearmen skirms. Now run an auction. Actually, I once did a great. That was actually one of my few shining moments. My 8 amperes casting career. I tried to cast like a horse race and actually pretty much nailed it. I was really surprised by myself. And that kind of talks similarly, right? Oh, Liereyy, by the way, cancelled the +1 defense. I was surprised by that as well, that he went for it. I usually watch at normal speed. Can you speak half as fast so I can watch at double speed and it sounds okay? What? 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 Okay, now the go. We have Vivi going for all the upgrades. Bloodlines +1/+1. Liereyy with some trouble here. He's up to castle age 50%. He needs to win this fight. Otherwise it could be really ugly for him with all that exposed gold. Now producing some more scouts in the backs. All the spearmen fell. No defensive tower. Might be a risky move by Liereyy, who is really lacking upgrades. Focusing down the skirmishers. Needs to produce more spearmen. Is going for more archers, but more army of Vivi is coming around as well. Why is Liereyy not building a defensive tower? This might be so ugly for him. Now needs to pull villagers. Gold spot's quite exposed. Liereyy buying himself some more stone to build a defensive tower. Did he? Ah, he couldn't build a defensive tower. My bad. Okay, we have him going for a second stable. Woodland, fine. I don't normally watch your stream muted. Feels nearly, man. And don't you dare to play greedy against Vivi. He will punish you for sure. Now go for some knights, +1 defense after all. Would have loved to have more upgrades instead of those 2 scouts. Maybe the run under the tower against the woodline. Some spearmen around. Liereyy is trying to go for the quick wall. Can he finish those? It's kind of a hilly area, but it seems like... Oh no, there's a mistake! There is a whole spearman over at the right-hand side, not really around. And that will be some dead villagers. Look at that, +1/+1 bloodlines. Villagers going down, and Liereyy will have some troubles winning game number 1 here. Look at that disaster at the left-hand side. And... now trying to go for the clear up here. Spearmen are around. We're still losing some villagers over here. But actually, I think he could have committed a bit more at that side. And Liereyy calls the GG. Ah, that is simply a very greedy play by him. He was so active. Saw the big go from Vivi. Thought he could hold off here. Why did he not wall this? And that's what I said very early on with this. Like, it did all start with this house, guys. Because I thought he needed to have this area properly walled. But then he needs to go around this. Why does he not have the market as part of the wall? If you only have one entrance, you can re-wall that so much easier. Liereyy with the small mistake here. Vivi, after being punished quite heavily here by the first 3 men-at-arms, just went for a few late shot in and hit the perfect time. And look at that. Archer range producing, both stables producing, TC as well. Some macro absolutely on point. And just outproduced Liereyy here, did all the upgrades. Beautiful aggression by our Chinese player. And, well, this could be a good indicator of what we have in store. Honestly, I'm not sure if, like, I didn't get the excitement yesterday, but I already like this game a bit more than all the camping games yesterday. Achievements. We have Vivi with more kills here in the end, obviously getting quite a lot, all of the villagers as well, and Lierey's Castle Age timing. Just thought it before he had to GG this one out. Safe draft. We have no more Japanese, no more Magyars, so last pick by Vivi actually transitioned into a W. Good for him. To be honest, that was such a huge throw. I don't think Liereyy was so far ahead, but yeah, it was just a mistake. Really feeling good enough now to take his pile tissue, or is the green screen hiding a mountain? But will there be a third place match? No. And I don't get this. Why do we do third place matches? Makes 0 sense. Like, in double elimination, obviously you have a third place, but single elimination. Why? Why? But yeah, no, there won't be a third place match. It's like, for me as a caster, it's really bad, because I kind of need to cast it. But yeah. Should only do a third place if there's going to be a price difference? No, you just shouldn't do a price difference. Yeah, it should just be 5k, 5k then for the semifinals. What are you drinking? Schwip Schwab. Third place match, so in 4 players tourneys, you know, to show Jordan will come in last. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but 4 player tournaments shouldn't have single elimination, in my opinion. Should be either round robin or like at least double elimination, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Double round robin plus double elimination, probably best. You shouldn't do both. One tournament. What did you do the round robin for then? Okay, let's jump into game number 2. We are looking at Liereyy in the blue, who is down 1-0 here. Is that someone in the middle? Yeah, that looks solid. Okay. Still don't know about this Age of Empires sound bug to begin with here, but not the problem. Still a bit signally, a bit, yeah, but I'm feeling way better than I did last week. And how big is your excitement for the upcoming tournament? 7 out of 10. It's a lot of work to do, and there were a lot of factors that really killed my mood, but in the end, everything except back T worked out. But yeah, maybe after the tournament I can do like WTF happened at NAC mix roundup, like what went wrong behind the scenes. Oh, it's quite a bit. When's the final? Can someone else answer if Nearly has already answered? Tomorrow, 15 GMT if Vivi advances, 17 GMT if Liereyy advances. Oh! We have something that I'd call a boar steal attempt. And did he only hit it once? Look at that. Oh, he only took 1 damage. No, that shouldn't work, right? Maybe that's quite some distance he is always walking at. Only lost 8 HP. And blocked off, yeah. That felt weird. Vivi with a horrible start, apparently. Look at that, already looming. Did get those 2 goats. Why are we fighting here? Vivi, why are we fighting here? Down to 7 HP, that makes 0 sense. And now he can't even take that fight, I believe. 15 to 7. Oh la la. Oh la la. Okay. Try to go for the lane. And this might look like no restart. Mr. Lame. 1 HP. Oh no, Liereyy! Oh god, Vivi screwed this one up, didn't ball the front. And now it's time for Liereyy actually to block this off. Might kill the scout. And oh god, what a horrible start. And he will lose the scout and most likely that villager as well. Did he not try to wall this villager? And I think that makes so much more sense than trying to run here. And oh no, 1 HP. Actually, he might still get the boar. What was that gate? Liereyy, he should have maybe tried to continue blocking that, but that went horrible. Tried to build an arena for himself, then kill the boar, but forgot to click the right palisade at the front. Maybe some missed lag micro there, and oh boy, that was a horrible start for our fat dragon Vivi here. Now behind by, well, we can't really say 2 population because he has loom. He in the end will have 3 boars, so that's good for him, but scout down, 1 villager down as well. Oi. And, well, Liereyy even has some zebras close to his TC, so good for him. Did he not spot all his sheep? Okay, he has 6 apparently. Do we have some goats stolen? Zebras here. Oh, there are some goats. Okay, so Vivi stole 2 goats from Liereyy, I believe. Can Liereyy still go up? Goes for the barracks. And Zebra is now getting lamed. It's full Vivi style. This is why we love this guy so much. Karak, thanks for the gifted sub. Now the counter's at 2. And this is kind of ugly for Mr. Liereyy. How will he play this? And I want to say Vivi had the bad start, but now he's making pop 18 happen, which normally should be the pop 20 timing. Karak, thanks again. 3 subs now. And Vivi, he will have an okayish uptiming still. 10-8. That's truly an okayish uptiming. 2 farms in the back here. That one could build a 3rd farm. If he wanted to go for men-at-arms, which it looks like. Yes, indeed. Most likely we'll have scouts out of Vivi. Had his 3 boars, now goes for the zebras here at the side. Dude, now I'm even a sub, I can annoy you so hard now. Well, what changed? Is there such a thing as annoyed nearly? Yeah. Did we go forward in the first game? No. Uh-oh, stable at the front. Kind of risky. Saw the militia. Militia saw the stable as well. Why are you not trying to block this? 3rd militia out now. This stable could be denied. Why did he build the stable so aggressively and not try to wall this off? Scout around now as well. Spearman is coming from the side. And this is again looking so bad for Vivi here. Man-at-arm upgrade now as well. And he didn't take that much damage on those militia. Let's take a look. Scout still around trying to pick something off guard. And at least gets 1 villager. Is he trying to block that off again? Not a lot of HP on those palisades. Let's take a look. 20 HP. Can he finish this off? Looks like yes for now. Scout is going the other direction. Can we see some quick rolls here on the wood line? Absolutely necessary. At least the stable went up. Need to build this one. Otherwise the men-at-arms are in. And now this is blocking off again. KD at the moment. 4 losses for Vivi. Might go up to 5 if he blocks this off. Not really. Liereyy again with a pretty solid start into game number 1. Archer range follow up as expected out of our Britain player. Maybe added some spearmen. Could be nice. Scout now out by the Fat Dragon. But scouts, well, mobility is one of their good things. On that short distance won't really work. Get some hits off against the spearman. Is he losing this? Probably trying to quick wall at the other side. Indeed, that's what he did. But not garrisoning in the TC means he didn't really benefit from that quick wall. But it arms around. Oh god, 1 in intense series already here. Archer out, 1 spearman alone can do so much against the quote-unquote army composition of Vivi. Since he simply goes for scouts at the moment. Archers around, forcing the defensive tower quite early on here for Vivi. Let's take a look if he can at least get some counter kills. Lierey's moving back here, can just easily camp under the tower as well, be super annoying. Men-at-arms, harassing that at the side. Scouts didn't get a lot of stuff done. So what's the action now? Killing another villager. Do we have any low HP ones? No. Vivi forces Liereyy away. Killed 1 archer. Damages the other and a spearman. Forces Liereyy. Forces Vivi onto stone. Oh, quite an intense one for now. 5 on gold. Spearman production continues. Woodline could really benefit from a spearman. Quite surprised that Liereyy didn't send one here. So full HP against 1 HP, or what is that? Yeah, 1 HP. And 2 45 HP ones. Blocking the berries again, just as in game number 1. 1 spearman here, lots of villagers exposed, even builds the farm. Kind of ballsy move. Won't lose too much. Spearman around, trying to spot if there's a tower being built behind that. Vivi, can he get that tower up? We don't have fletchings for Liereyy as of yet. Will he snipe that villager? Looks good. Tower not even overlapping. Vivi can just camp this out for now. Looks a bit better for our Austrian. I can't understand why we don't have a spearman here. Look at that, Liereyy even pulled back some of the low HP villagers closer to the TC. Spearman not getting the hit off. An archer alone could kill some, since we have the 1 HP scout still included in this one. What should I do with my prime sub? First of all, enjoy. Second of all, spammy modes at the right spots. Look at some of the farms. Time for fletching. Gets another hit off with his spearman. Now going back. Can he get... Oh, well, finally gets rid of that 1 HP one. And finally fletching as well. Could be so much more annoying then. Camping that area out. Kills one spearman. Some of those are still around. And I heard an archer range for Vivi. So he will finally build some skirmishers. Is he trying to build that tower? That makes 0 sense in my opinion. And will lose 1 villager in exchange to that idea. Liereyy again not walling. Has 2 spearmen out trying to defend that. Will those be enough? Taking some aggro, and against 2 spearmen it's really tough to micro with all those scouts. Loses 2, kills 2 spearmen. But another spearman is coming over. I think Liereyy could fight this, gets the left one and loses 1 villager, so that was a trade. 2 spearmen and a villager against 3 scouts for now. Continue fighting here. Is that fletching now on those towers? Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. Why suddenly the range increased. And, well, next go through the center. We will get 1 villager kill here for sure. Putting him up ahead by 4 villagers. And a sneaky stable. Look at that positioning. Really tough to spot for Vivi. Oh, okay. I'll take that back, guys. Really tough to spot. But, well, Mongol scouting range. Helping a bit later as well. How's Vivi only 3 vills behind? Well, he snagged some of Liereyy as well, right? 2 here, 1 over here earlier. But Liereyy up to Castle Age. The Fat Dragon not even on gold at this point. 100 food goes for skirms, some scouts. I think this time Liereyy should survive this a bit better. But again, he plays it super open. Donnie's still 1600 HD. I think something like that, yeah. Same as game number 1, on this game Liereyy dominates. Well, Liereyy this time scouted all the wood lines. And the early game wasn't that good for Vivi, right? Actually both had a pretty bad early game. Okay, scouts now are out, killing the skirmishers and pushing him back. Liereyy shouldn't really use too many of his archers. Nice micro to the side here. Will still lose 2. But is killing quite a lot of skirmishers, or at least taking HP away from them. Pushing down that spearman. Skirm still around. Next spearman here as well. And once Liereyy reaches Castle Age, I think Vivi will really think about how this game is going. I might even consider GGing this one because he isn't even on gold yet. Nice defense here by Liereyy for sure. Mend arms again did quite a bit. Vivi, maybe that stable was a bit too much out on the open. Couldn't really go for that, and in general, maybe Man at Arm could have been the better opening. Distance was so short for the 2 players. Look at that. And scouts cannot really use their mobility factor. Liereyy with enough spearmen to defend at all sides as well. And a beautiful play to put us into an even series here. Liereyy with a slightly better KD, but most important is how efficient he was and how much better his eco was. Now 3 villages behind, but Liereyy was already in Castle Age, so eco, as we saw, just so much better for our Austrian. And they're instantly launching into the next game, so game after game today. Much shorter games than yesterday, yeah, agreed. That's kind of what we expected out of those, right? Viper and Yo, both more of the campy macro players, trying to play with walls and super safe. Didn't see that. But also, we had more open maps. Especially the last one wasn't really wallable, right? And yeah, Liereyy didn't put too much effort into walling the first map. That's why Liereyy is such an entertaining player as well. Really putting it on. And Vivi as well. Stoop, thanks for $17.19 before that. Jerome W with $9. Great work, Nearly. Looking forward to NAC2. Was the message of Jerome. And we had Stoop saying that even small contributions are contributions. Something like that. Wild translation from the German saying. And I have to give... Is that 2 subs or 3 subs? 3 subs. Back to the community. Cheers, guys, for all your support, for being around and loving, or at least enjoying, what I'm doing and trying to do here for you. Good luck, boys. Raffle. Do you think at this stage that you will make a profit or not take a loss from NAC2? It's pretty much impossible for me to take a profit, but I think I will not make a loss, yes. The thing is, there's so much that I can still give out more. Like, if I get another K, I will just buy something for the meet and greet. If I get 2K, I will buy a fancier camera. If I get another K, I will probably do another show match for Back T. If I get 1K, I will pay the trip that Barbecue Turkman had to cancel to get here to his wife, to his girlfriend. Like, he had a trip with his girlfriend, and they cancelled that so that he could come here. I obviously paid for my flight, and I told him, if we have money left over from NAC2, I will pay you the cancellation fees for the trip you had to cancel because of me. So it's pretty much impossible that I actually will make money unless we reach like more than 35-ish K. Häuptling für die Himbeeren, thanks for $5 to something useful with my money. I'm trying to. Enjoy the subs, guys, and we are taking a quick peek into the Civ draft, something I missed, sorry for that. We are now out of Britons and out of Mongols, so the very strongest civilizations saved for now, but that will all change at some point, most likely. And we are jumping into the casting. I will also increase the jump sound again, not really sure what I'm screwing up here. Remember when Liereyy lost to Vivi on Registered Nomad in less than 4 minutes? Then remember. Girlfriends aren't real, guys. Not on the internet. Not on the internet. But yeah, from how I... Barbecue Turkman will be at NAC2, yes. From how I know the community, at the moment it feels like they won't leave me with the loss. So, most likely I will deliver. And I'm pretty sure that at some point people will just say like, yeah, I want to see that happen again. Nearly take my money. I added Barbecue Turkmen and Onlu after T90. And no, he didn't decline. T90 confirmed and then took it back. Right, we had everything planned out, and T90 said, okay, he's going to be there. And then he said, oh, I thought about it. Can I get this map? I think just on AoE zone. KOTD threat. Lily Salt. Yeah, well, it kind of was ugly for me. I like Killer B and Zach kind of told me that they can't make it quite early, and I could understand their reasonings a bit better. But I can understand T90's reasonings as well. Are we? No, we're not getting housed. Other side, neither. Stupimp, thanks for your prime. I called Barbecue Turkman anyway. Will be double as the chef. Will be double as the chef. Will he... what? I don't know what that means. Okay, let's take a look at this map a bit. Gold, pretty ugly here at the front if we're talking about the main gold. Defensive golds are kind of okay. And... good berries, woodline in the back. We're playing Indians against the Vikings here. For Vivi, who has good woodline, good berries in the back. Gold spots not too great for him. Everything kind of open here. Look at all those gold spots. Some stone in the back. And most likely we will see Scouts Liereyy, though with 4 on wood here. Kind of untypical. What are T90 reasons? He didn't want to leave his channel for 10 days. Yeah, that's his reasoning. Stupim gifting us up. Cheers. We'll gift us up as well after this. And we will see Men at Arms from Liereyy. Okay, so Scout's not really the meta anymore, apparently. Spartan Tom, thanks for the prime as well. And so much support of all of you guys. I think we, honestly, today broke my sub high. Uh-oh. Okay, not going into it. Higher than we had at NSC 1. Just quite promising for the rest. Ooh, Drush by Liereyy. Interesting. That's honestly something that I don't understand, and that's something I need to ask the players at NSC. When do you decide on playing Drush into Flush? Drush FC I see if you have a good map. Flush I see if you want to play a normal game. But Drush into Flush, is that buying yourself some time? I don't know. Nearly gifting sub to himself to beat his record. Well, yeah. I'm not saying that all of those were initial ones, yeah. What's your dream final for NC2? And what are you expecting? I think kind of the same. Like dream final, like probably Stupim gifting another sub. Cheers, man. Second one. And okay, forward now here. Let's focus on the game and then I can answer some stuff. Sorry, guys. So now first wolf here, 3 militia out. Is Liereyy trying to take this fight? Quite surprising to me without his scout being around. Quite out of position and without any villagers. That's a mistake by Liereyy in my opinion. Will lose quite a lot of HP against the Scout as well. Maybe needs to take a fight with the hill here. Scout is losing quite some HP as well without any returned HP losses. Villager now trying to still get some kills. First militia going down. Liereyy not even up to fuel age yet. Man at arm aggression. And Liereyy, that looks like Scouts to me. Not on gold at all. That will be a tricky one. The first forward here from our Vivi master, who's now going on to stone as well with 4 villagers even. So we will see towers, what everyone was hoping for. Double wall here, love that at this side. And Liereyy, yeah, well, he will spot that, will pull villagers. Even walled with stone here, love that. I think could have stayed on wood a bit longer and only then moved. But, well, this is fine as well. At Vivi, he's not getting done too much. 3 on gold in the back here, and this will be an archer defense. The map for Liereyy, just too good. Look at that, berries, woodline, and gold all in the back. And then it will get tricky to tower all this. Vivi is walling this quite nicely. Stoop, thanks for sub number 3. And I think Liereyy will defend this. Tower over at the left hand side, kind of not doing too much. And saying it for the third time now. Lierey's map, just pretty solid against forward. So Vivi, what did he see? He saw the back woodline, the back gold. Didn't scout the berries, but he knew that they had to be there. And now tries to make the go. All of those still very high HP. TC only got 1 arrow off. The villager, will he be saved? Yes, he will. And 2 archers out. That should be enough. Walled off that arena here. Scout needs to get a volley to his head. But for now, going just for the man-at-arms. Defensive tower here by Liereyy. It's quite a weird spot. Vivi deleting his tower and tries to rebuild it at another spot. Villagers now being pulled. Let's take a look here. If we see some villager losses, is needing to pull this villager back. But he didn't do that. 2 losses for now. And he will just rush this tower down. Lots of low HP villagers on both sides here. Can Vivi finish this tower? It looks like no, he cannot. 91 HP. Now one from the right hand side coming with still full HP, I believe. No, that one is only at 21 HP as well. And this tower will go up, but should be fought down by all those villagers. Archers now going away. I think he could have camped under the tower as well, losing one quite sloppy move here. And Vivi's forward just smashed around Liereyy with a solid defense. Will be had by 3 villagers. The question will be though, Vikings against Indians, how will that play out? Vikings with the better eco in the long run. We even have those militia with the scout around harassing the berries at the top now. Solid defense. Okay, time for some game unrelated questions. What's my dream final was the question. Depends. I think I would love to see someone just having a break out performance, like Nikov, for example. Nikov just going ham and winning the group stage 5-0, then beating Liereyy in the semis, and then reaching Viper, the final boss, in a best of 13 series. That would be like the sickest storylines. Same would go for if Doubt did that, but it kind of feels unlikely because we have a better idea of how well Doubt will perform than Nikov. So someone who heavily overperformed in the group stage and then faces Viper in the finals would be good. Yeah. Doubt vs Tattoo Dream final, well, not really. Doubt vs Viper would be good, but I don't see too much excitement. The most likely scenario is simply Liereyy against Viper. Bone Order, thanks for 500 biddies. Proxo enjoyed the sub. You're not believing in Doubt, in other words, the sky is blue. Well, I think Doubt will have a solid 3rd to 6th place. MBL vs Viper. Will be tricky. Metal at Arms. Cheers, man. MBL vs Doubt. That would be an interesting final as well. Like, this is... there will be so many interesting series. Really, I don't want to say sad that there will be only best of 5, because then we can see more series. But, yeah. There will be so many interesting matchups. Like, obviously I want to see how Nikov will perform. Liereyy, MBL. Tato said he will be very well prepared and will perform better than NAC1, but that's what Doubt said as well. MBL surely won't accept, like, yeah, okay, you all can perform better this time. I will just sit back and will take spot number 6. Don't you think live performance pressure from having people around might change a bit the levels? Apparently not of Doubt. Viper played pretty well. I think Fire will heavily underperform. He has some real nerve issues, known for years now. And I even have a coach that speaks Portuguese and English that I will, like a mental coach, and I will organize a meeting between Fire and him. to maybe, yeah, attack that issue. How will John perform? What do you think? 8th without a single 1 series. And I see a Swiss system into brackets. 5 rounds of Swiss system. How do I donate to the tournament? Just the donation button below. I normally watch on YouTube but want to support you with the donation. So I just subscribe to the channel. Subscribing actually supports me directly, not the tournament. Donations at the bottom are for the tournament. Biddies aren't going into the tournament as well. Both players on the way to Castle Age, by the way. We have Vivi trying to get some walls. Could maybe lose that villager. No. Some walls here and... oh, ballsy move. But only gaining 54 HP more. Not too sure if that's like the move now. Dress code for fire will be t-shirt. But just remember that it's like -5 degrees in Germany in a week. So it's not... it won't be like tropical in my apartment either. Okay, so what is the stable, the switch now? So archer range, market stable for Liereyy. Vivi, meanwhile, has 1 stable, no archer range, now a monastery. And he will just boom this. 1 extra TC, 2 extra TCs. Heavy defense style by Vivi here. Interesting, both with the same amount of villagers, and this might be our longest game for now. Exclamation marked back T if you want to know what the situation is with him. His visa got declined, so he can't make it. Fire will be the H player. Cannot around to protect this. That is a weird army. 2 scouts, 1 close to dead knight, 4 spearmen. What are they trying to achieve? This is like... is this... guys, this is the Fellowship of the Ring. Like the 4 hobbits in the back. Gandalf. Gimli and Legolas. I forgot Aragorn. Are they 9? Oh, Boromir. And yeah, okay, they're 9. They're not 7. My bad, my bad. Okay, I'll take that back. But you knew what I meant. 4 hobbits. Okay, some conversions stopped here. Fly, you fools, yeah. Okay, well, that's walled off. And it was 7 Nazguls, right? Okay, okay. And 7 Nazguls, 4 of them hobbits. Okay, so pretty boomy game this time for a change, but okay. Only 2 TCs for Liereyy as of yet. Not that much stone collected by him. Since he put a defensive tower and some stone walls, needs to buy that. If he buys another stone for himself, interesting. Both kind of safe here. Defensive towers, monks. Liereyy with an outpost even. Army advantage heavily on Liereyy's favor. Not really following it up with some siege. So that will be it for now. How did that spearman get... oh! Liereyy has 0 idea about this. This is actually open. Didn't really matter, but that spearman is somehow coming from a weird angle. Okay. There are 9 Nazguls as well? Okay. Well, makes sense. Uh-oh, nice Mangnol shot here. Now the camels are moving in. Easy kill against the Mangnol, obviously. Monks, let's take a look how many conversions they're getting. Only one for now, make that two. And a lot of fire on the TC and from the tower. Liereyy, not sure if that was the greatest move in here. Lost a lot of his military advantage. Wasn't like 25-9 before that, and now 14-9. That's kind of close here. Doubtcastle 74, thanks for the prime. 7 rings to the dwarves. Okay. I really need to rewatch Lord of the Rings, guys. I think I watched it like 15 times. The first one an additional 10 times. And like all 3 of them 15 times. But the last time probably in 2009. Yeah, pretty sure. It's time again. Read the books. I did. Better to read the books again. Tom Bombadil really killed me. Maybe I understand it a bit more. As a kid, it was really painful. And I thought I was the only one rewatching Lord of the Rings. Yeah. You were probably the only one in the world rewatching Lord of the Rings. The greatest trilogy ever created on in the cinema. For cinema. Not like in Bombadil, unsubbed. Like this weird dude jumping around. Weird poems. I obviously read it in German. But it was really painful for me. And that was 150 sides of the book. Of pages. Movie is boring? What? 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 There's not a lot against Mangonauts at the moment. Look at that. I think Liereyy, he might break Vivi. This is a bit of calm before the storm here. Blocking that wood line off still. And let's take a look. Camel, will they go for another snipe? We'll get maybe 1 villager, but TC will go up. No problem here. We still have some crossbowmen around at the top. Not even 1 villager kill here. And yeah, we'll survive as well. That cleared up. And now we have the big go in the center though. Mangnol's doing the damage even uphill. They are doing it. Will be quite interesting if that Mangnol gets big shots off. Liereyy has a good chance of surviving. He is behind the villagers. Gets the first good shot off against all those crossbowmen. Liereyy needs to go for big splits. Let's take a look what he can do for now. Camels are doing the job. Okay, now the next move in is repairing that Mangnol. And this is kind of a castle age on it here by Liereyy, who is now adding some more stables, archery ranges as well. Want to see maybe some skirms added. Meanwhile, Vivi with some problems here. Quite an open gold spot. He did underproduce army. It's kind of tricky to find a good army composition for Viking slow and castle age. Needs to maybe be Mangonel crossbowman. That was the 1-for-1 trade. Oh no, 2-for-1 trade because the tower is still doing quite some damage. Watchtower defense quite nice as well. And Vivi, he's kind of holding strong. Maybe Liereyy should have attacked more from this side, which obviously isn't that great because it's kind of a tight angle. But losing those Magnots kind of hurt him. Defensive tower now even will go up. And Liereyy, he needs to fall back, lick his wounds and find another angle to attack. This TC completely unprotected, so will be quite nice for him. But maybe he will be fine saving those golds. I think if he's not losing any villagers, giving up that TC should be fine for him. Big clear up here. Camels completely upgraded, except for bloodlines though. Kind of important upgrade. Bit surprised that he isn't going for that one. Mangonels trying to go for the dance here. Obviously that's easier for the defender. Just leave one camel here to clear up this tower and move out with the rest. Could be an option. Mangonel dance, and well, that was one dodge here, 13 HP, and Is he getting the kill off? Not yet. 5 HP the archer, or the crossbowman died before. Okay, Camel gets the kill after all. Now we see Berserks. University here, we should have... No, we don't have a monastery. Obviously have a siege workshop. So, Liereyy, although he has the resources to click up, cannot really do that. Vivi in some trouble here. What are we building? Berserk without any upgrades and mass crossbowman. Aggression continues here. What an intense game. Liereyy still didn't wall this up. Let's see if that's maybe a factor in the long run. Oh, what is he doing with the camels? That was horrible. Losing 3-4 camels there in exchange of some HP on that TC. Not too important. Magnol under the TC. That's not a great move. Let's take a look. But gets the Magnol of Liereyy, who's now checking into Thumbring. Those crossmen aren't doing much. And Lierey's micro, well, not too impressive as of yet. Don't really know what that commitment was. And he stays on crossbowman. And we all know, guys, Indians, they don't have arbalests. Huh. Liereyy at 500 stone, so aggressive castle could be around pretty quickly. Well, has a lot of villagers on stone as well. Could really benefit from rebuilding the lumber camp. Stone over here, somewhat blocked still. Eco looks kind of okay, goes onto his main gold spot now. Still has some aggression working for him. Resources for Vivi still very low, so in timings will be very different. Just a small pause here, Liereyy. We'll get back into it now. I think Liereyy with Thumbring and all his crossbowmen. Not too sure if I like that too much. Huh. Funny bloodlines and hussars. Okay, now the big engagement here with the camels moving in. Not really getting too many conversions before that. Should get to actually where all the berserks not really doing the damage here. And Magnots, that is kind of costly. Big losses here for Vivi, who needed to defend this area a bit better, in my opinion. Now clicked up to him. There will be 2.5 minute timing. Still goes for more crosshair and does Liereyy think. Maybe with Bracer and Dumping. That's totally fine to still continue with that production. Looks like it, or he will be super chocked. Oh, I don't even have armorless. Now goes for another siege workshop, so stay aggressive here. Military count way better for him. Production quite nice. Liereyy, he is really putting it out. Okay, he's not. What? Just jumped from 13 to 23, so I thought, okay, his production is absolutely great. But, well, the cycle apparently just finished. Now making the go here at the top, and Vivi, can he still defend this? He's slightly ahead in villagers in timing. Will be quite crucial. Can the Mangonel, not the greatest Mangonel micro by Vivi as well. Nice dodges here by Liereyy over and over again. The thing is that Vivi didn't really show any ground attacks yet. There's another TC here at the top. The eco of Liereyy just pretty nice, so that he can afford all the upgrades in the book. He wants to go for a guard tower. Defense continues here. Still no castle from Liereyy, although he dropped so much in stone. Pretty sure he built it somewhere. Very defensively at his home base. And Canadian switch might be coming indeed. That's the first big Magna shot here. Although we had some bigger ones at the go over here earlier. Still continuing with crossbowmen and skirmishes. Getting some kills done. Maybe finally reaching Imperial Age. Oh, split into it as well. Not super impressed by the Michael today, but by the intensity of that game for sure. Some stables here at the right hand side, villagers blocking each other. kind of a tight area here. We go, somewhat available at so many spots now, always trying to send in single units after single units against that hilly area. Liereyy is getting so much out of those crossmen. Just a sick move, and again, one Mangonel kind of alone. Skirmishers only now joining the party. Sniping that again, now it's only one skirm, one crossman, and I'm hearing bombard cannons together with some skirmishers and crossmen, some hussars around as well. And the raid just continues. Vivi, I think he just should have given up that area and maybe just regroup, get onto nice arbalists and elite skirmisher numbers, and then take some fights. They're sending in one unit after one unit. Didn't really result into a lot of good fights and clear up. I think that kind of cost him. Now defensive castle here to protect this one tiny wood line. Has some aggression running over here at the left hand side, but that should be stopped. Arbalest move, or not Arbalest, Hussar move here at the side as well. Military count pretty brutally in favor now for Liereyy. 45 to 15. Old spot out of control. Bombard cannons are moving forward. Vivi collecting the relics, so thinking about the long game. But oh god, those raids in the back are just brutal, and there's not a lot of stuff to defend that. Liereyy with a brutal eco advantage at the moment. Actually only 20, but that will get higher, I believe, at least. Conscription now for the fat dragon, and that castle will fall most likely. Don't really see the big up group numbers. Vivi, that's just so bad here. His KD is horrible in the last minutes. I think he did an okayish defense there in the center of the map, but his after... oh god, those bombard cannons are kind of exposed, but does not really matter. Vivi is giving this up after a sick castle age aggression. Look at that, all the stables added archery ranges as well. He went for the big go with 5 mangonels to really pressure that area, and Vivi was forced into a lot of castle age army here. Mangonels and crossbow man to defend this off. Cannot really go into knights. Longswords are quite immobile, and therefore Liereyy had the better timing and did just so much there with Bracer. Stayed onto crossbowman for quite some time. A weird decision, but worked out so perfectly for him. And a lovely game number 3 here. Liereyy is now leading 2-1 after being down 1-0 in the first game. Very nice game. Open goal spot kind of giving us that 5-minute break offered to the players here. I think Vivi needed to play this a bit more aggressively. Kind of tricky to get a good army composition though, especially if your opponent is going mass crossbow, mass mangonels. Vikings, they're struggling quite a bit there. Kind of want to get quickly onto Arbalests. He did build the watchtowers. I love that. Maybe still needed that a bit earlier. Maybe a bit more mangonels. He had 1 when Liereyy had 5 for his go. Tricky. Leftover tip choices. So now we are out of Indians, the last pick, and Vikings. So both still saving their very strong ones here. Aztecs, Malians, Mayans, and Chinese still left over. When are they pulling the big boys? Not for now. Not for now. Interesting series, surely. Also have to say Vivi's aggression there a bit blind against the very good map of Liereyy. Had all the resources backwards, and Vivi went forward with 4 villagers, took a good fight against all those militia, and then tried to go around, but Vivi stopped. Liereyy stopped that. Just had enough time to get archers out. How much time in between stream and the game? Isn't it possible for the player to watch the stream? Yes, absolutely. It's like 10 seconds delay. Maybe 15. Why picking Vikings on a land map? Because of the great eco. You have wheelbarrow for free, handcart for free, And if you go for chieftain, your infantry is becoming pretty sick as well against cavalry. Players could easily cheat. Yes. Other tournaments are playing with the spec delay. This one did with a very small one earlier, but now it's no spec delay. That's weird. That's what some people say. What do you think about having a goat under the TC, Liereyy? Absolutely good step. We have the same for NSC. Yeah. There was a question for ECL if they wanted to have that, but they were the first to think about that idea and ask the players, and somehow I have no idea how the vote came out that most people didn't want it. And yeah, I don't know why. Oh, how many subs do I owe you guys? Three, right? Non-crutch dim mix lags, $20. Good luck with NSC2. Please keep posting on YouTube. I will, where I normally watch. I will, my friend. Trying to upload series per day. During NAC, obviously we would like 3 or 4 videos per day. No, 4 or 5 videos per day. Doubt Castle with the Prime there, and Doubt Castle now with the $5.73 as well. Did I already gift those three subs? Am I confused? I already gifted 3, but I now need to gift 3 again. Yeah, okay. Kinda weird. Vivi considered top 3 in the world. Why is he not commit to complete at NSC2? It's Chinese New Year. I'd give first 3 subs, right? But not after that, yeah. Chinese players can't come. It's Chinese New Year during NSC2. I had to decide if I didn't want to have Liereyy, Viper or Yo. There wasn't a single time where all 3 of them could play at the same time. Just joined. Could you show the tips? Sure. But you can also just check the Captain's Most page in the future. Yeah, Yo was offered a direct invite, indeed. And yeah, I initially wanted to do it first week of January. Viper didn't have time. Then I obviously can only do when Liereyy has holidays, and Yo couldn't this week. What was the surprise after KOTD cast yesterday? We had a Viper against Fire Show match, best of 7. I think the big surprise for NSC2 will be out. Let's see about that. Optical Inbound, thanks for the gifted sub. We are now up to 1 again, and we are also jumping into the game. And now we're coming in with the big boys, how I call them. Liereyy with Malians and Vivi with Chinese, so both taking their pick number 2 to the front. Let's take a look at the maps. This one is pretty important for both of them. Could be down to best of 3 series or a heavy lead for Mr. Liereyy. Gold a bit backed, a bit forward for Liereyy. Shouldn't be too happy with that. Otherwise, Map looks pretty compact here when it comes to wood lines, so maybe some walling is an option. On the other side, Vivi with a very defensive wood line, gold close by to that. His main gold quite open though. Tricky to wall map, and well, could be some aggression again. Game started nearly, that's why I am in it. Big surprise would be John winning it. Yeah, that's two. Pretty even matchup. Maybe Chinese have a slight edge. I think so as well. Chinese should be slightly ahead in villagers here. What do we have? 60, 70, 80. Okay, so 2 villages ahead is Chinese here. Is he going on gold? But didn't see that boar apparently. Gold is still scouting. Pushing zebra number 3. Huh. I kind of want to do some private betting on this one and give out odds of for people winning. Thing is, Viper will get so bad odds of winning, which is quite ridiculous in an 8-player tournament. But what can I give him? Like 1.3? I follow you here and YouTube, but do you have a website where all the info, scheduled results, dates, etc. of FNC are available? AOE Zone. At least there's the schedule and results of the qualifiers. Oh, Lierey's greedy going into it, wanted to get the gold again. Forces one goat to be short now. Still didn't find that boar. That's what? He isn't going for it simply. Okay. Huh. 1.3 seems too high. 1.3 is already too high. Sick. Oh man. 112. Oh god. So Jordan would get like probably like 50 from me, maybe even higher. Honestly, with that format, he might even get a higher one. If I give 1.3 to Viper, you would bet on it? Shit. 1.3 everyone would bet instantly. Shit. Definitely win 3 out of 4 times. Okay. Ay. Okay, let's go 115. Then Liereyy has to get like 4? Maybe 3? 4 is sick as well, right? Oh man, well, I need to do the nearly math there off stream. Second highest rate would be fire, getting like 50 as well. Wow, AOE Zone looks cool. Well, it's the place to go if you're an Age of Empires fan. %90 chance to win, so that would be 1.11. Yeah, but I also want to make a profit, so I need to do it like 1.05. That's an early man. Best of 13 also really playing into Viper's cards, right? So if he makes it into the final, it's looking pretty good for him. Should we auto balance based on how people bet? Well, I won't have the capacity to do that. Just me randomly spewing away money. Reddit. Yeah, if you want to have low quality content, Reddit is your place to go. Or at least the comments. Okay, stable now from Vivi, stable now from Liereyy as well. So this will be our first Scout against Scout war. quite a lot of farms from the Fat Dragon here. I see nearly posting one Reddit and then an AoE zone. Really? Not sure if you know all my AoE zone Smurfniks though. KW160s, for example. I'm pretty active with that account. The Donald. Reddit can be gold. Okay, first small win here for Liereyy. Vivi with a small hiccup. Now needs to pull away his villagers here. Wall the left wood line, right hand side wood line kind of protected with all his walls. Liereyy truly with some nice aggression is behind by 3 villagers. Military count is 8-3 though. Vivi still sitting on his 60 food. He go quite nice when it comes to farms if we compare that. Oh, actually not that sick. And some more walls here. Need to wall the back as well. And that witch is going to the right side. To the wrong side. Should have gone to the right side. Still not a lot of kills. Some more army coming over from Liereyy. Is he scouting that side here? Interesting. Stays active. That's a lot of resources lost. Let's take a look at overall eco. Liereyy. That's pretty similar. 200 more wood for Vivi, 200 more food for Liereyy. And that's actually a good sign how active Liereyy is playing this out. Because he should be behind with 3 less villagers. But for so much idle time, that he's quite in a solid spot now. He needs to go back. Okay, gets at least 2 spearmen killed here. That means all the fights in his base should be going in his favor. Scout still out. Let's take a look. Liereyy cannot commit here. Archer range number 1 out now. Could go for 2 if I look at that amount of villagers on goal. Look at that 6. Now goes up to 7, so that has to be a second archer range. And then mass crossbowman could really do something now. Even bloodlines for Liereyy. So he will keep up with the aggression for sure. Switch on to gold now for Vivi as well. Weird mining camp. Liereyy not willing to commit. Scouts could now go over. Military count still in favor of Liereyy, but he has so much more mobility on his side. Switches through with 1 scout over here. Vivi now with the bloodlines as well is on gold. Villagers not getting snagged. Oh, and that looks like a committal through the TC. Let's take a look if we can see some quick walls. Just need to wall this back off here. Woodline is kind of exposed. Is he trying to commit here? Maybe another move here. Oh no, that house was a bit late. And oof. We tried to see what could happen, but then decided against it again. Or taking the archer range as we expected. Now coming out here at the right hand side. Spearman got 1 hit off. And now taking the fight here. That's a fight that we probably shouldn't take. Lose this 1 scout. A lot of them very low HP now. Some commitment here. The wall is just going up. 2 spearmen scaring the scouts away. Stable number 2 here by the Fat Dragon. And that will be troublesome if he faces mass archers, spearmen. Or just, honestly, mass scout archer as well. Fletching now on the way, and that will be some dead spearmen here, trying to rush out the defensive tower next to his berries. That's a bad fight for him. Meanwhile, we have some aggression in the back here. Shouldn't really get a lot of done there. Enough spearmen, and this is looking pretty good for Liereyy. Was playing a very clean game for now. Oh, could have gone for 1 more villager kill here for sure. Excuse me. Military brutally in favor of Liereyy. Look at that, 16-4. Double archer range, stable, still working. +1 defense would be something nice on those archers. But not too important. Archers can just move in here and next to the wood line. Doesn't want to really use that. Goes in with another attack here at the top and Liereyy just... Oh no, overchopped here. This is so ugly and this could be the switch of the eco advantage here away from Vivi. Only got one villager though. Now tries to protect his archers here at the top. Forging is coming in. And this might be a fight for Liereyy. Not too sure. Both with bloodlines. Can we see the trap here? No, not really happening. And Spearman Archer. What's the counter here for Vivi? Not really existing. And I don't like this double stable choice without a blacksmith. Shouldn't really work. And yeah, because of exactly what we're seeing here. Liereyy just building mass Spearman Archer. And you have zero answer to that. I think he should simply die. Opponent was pretty much in his face to begin with, and Liereyy just doesn't care where his houses are, right? Other people putting so much effort into creating a house wall there. Liereyy just doesn't want to get house, apparently. Now the blacksmith is here, but he didn't upgrade it. It was scouts with +0/+0 for so long. That need to be pulled. Can we see some more quick walls? Yes, everything on spot here. Liereyy even clicking up to Castle Age. This guy's just so sick. Meanwhile, Vivi, most of his villagers idle. Look at that. 19 idle villagers at some point and sitting at 40 food. Spearman clear up here in the back as well. Everything running so well for our Austrian. Well, yeah, got one hit off as well. Defensive tower. Vivi now with the next one trying to hold this off. This is looking good for Liereyy for sure. And well, his mindset should be pretty nice there as well. Going into game number 4 and still has that sex potentially. The strongest of all civilizations left. And those spearmen, are they getting the clear up? It looks like it. Another move through the center. No spearmen here. And that's the problem. Well, Liereyy is losing all those. Vivi had by 5 villagers, but that's mainly because Liereyy will be up any second now. And the fat dragon, he is sitting at 80 food at this very time. Archers could position themselves over here. A lot of archers lost. Transitioning over. And the patrol of Liereyy finally starts. Maybe that's a fight he cannot really take. And is going away. Archer still camping at home. If Liereyy only knew what a palisade gate is. Make it just so much safer for him. Vivi hadn't score. Won't resign now. Even moved some villagers outside to get gold. Don't understand that move at all. Crossbowman, Botkin arrow, and now big go here at the gold. We missed that kind of. Let's take a look. Can we see some more quick walls? A camel out here, which will always be so strong. Crossbowman around as well, and I think those scouts will be cleared off. We'll snag 1 or 2 more villagers, but another camel around, and that will be held. Meanwhile, those crossbowmen staying very active. Lots of farms from Vivi for sure. Liereyy not on that high numbers. Let's take a look. Spearman defending that as well. Just such a great positioning over and over again. And those villagers, well, I didn't understand them in the first place. And, well, now they're running. Look at that farm! What is this? It's like 4th row. Oh man, so unprotected. Okay, now the move out here from Vivi. He's trying to make it happen in Feudal Age. Against Camel, Crossbow, this will be tricky. Camel at the front, snacking quite a bit. Crossbowman still doing quite some damage as well. Trying to focus down the Camel. But well, it has +1 attack as well and bloodline, so it's really the damage dealer. And so many scouts went down. Those forward villagers are being stopped as well. I think Vivi is out of this one here, at least for this first aggression. Still ahead by 6 villagers though, but does that really matter? Let's take a look what the camels can achieve here. They should just chew through this. Maybe one crossbowman can do something, but that's instantly sniped away as well. Liereyy even focuses down on the villagers instead of the scouts. That really shows you how unscared he is out of those. 3 stable now from Vivi. Lots of idle villagers. Still has 7 even after fixing those. +1 defense now for the camels. That means they can hold some more scout hits off as well. KD now should surely become pretty brutal. And some movement here at the left hand side, but Liereyy missed that. Could be some good gold control. But now the big go through the center could be happening. Liereyy just snacks a villager, moves back again. Stone somewhat exposed. Luckily for Vivi, he's controlling the gold in the back now. We'll lose village after villager though. Look at that, just one-shotting those, so brutal. Oh, Liereyy, he is just a punisher. Now suddenly Tim, 8 villages ahead, has a second TC as well. Goes on to gold, still blocking some of those farms. Getting a far away tower off. What's Lierey's next step? 30C, siege workshop. Okay, siege workshop. 20 more military. Okay, let's take a look if we see the clear up here. But that's still a lot of spearmen. Oh god. Oh god, what was that? 4 scouts going down without a single kill in exchange. Score's not looking great, and Liereyy, he looks pretty sharp in those games here, really fighting off all this aggression. Does anyone remember the Hidden Cup prize pool? I think it was like $1,500. I think next one will have $5K. So defense, Liereyy running under the tower, snacking one more villager for himself. Doesn't really want to commit there, interesting. Asking a Chinese player to call it, yeah, they are really known for their very late GG timings, as Y guys especially, and now the Frantic guys joining that party as well. 14 villagers different, and it's not getting better. Camels alone. Just so strong here against all those scouts. Now another committal. Let's take a look what Vivi can get. It's not losing too many HP actually. 15 per slice. Actually means he survives 5. No, so Bloodline's super efficient in that case. 5 slices instead of 3. Normally if you upgrade something, it changes one hit. And Vivi is calling it indeed, although he is on the way to Castle Age, and well, he had a super open map. Didn't really get the spearman production off that early, and Liereyy, just with the nice aggression and Chinese eco, he couldn't really make it happen for himself. I think he needed to wall a bit more here at his berry area. Some spearmen to begin with, and then transition to some more scouts. He built a lot of scouts at the start, and Liereyy just so quick there, getting all the aggression. Then the archers switch behind this, and Vivi, this kind of unfortunate wood at the front as well, couldn't really make it happen. Maybe if he had all the resources in the back and went for that, that could have been an option. But what a lovely play by Liereyy here. 3-0 or 3-1 now after being down 1-0. What a solid performance by him, and well, that looked really sharp. Macro on point, all the micro going pretty great for him, getting so many snacks there, even under towers. Lovely play. But also you have to question the double stable of Vivi. Isn't that the spot where you need to go for an archery range and add some skirms? Aztecs vs Mayans could be our next matchup indeed. Liereyy with a better KD, exactly what we expected, has the better eco. Well, we saw the game, right? Had so many more villagers working for himself. In Castle Age is having the eco upgrades then as well. Lovely stuff for him. And yeah, we will need to take a close look into the civilization now, because now the mind games are really starting. Oh! Pete Rock! 80 cheers for $50. Can't wait for NAC2. I think I will actually, in between games, I can let that rerun. Weird that doesn't work. Can't wait for NAC2. Thanks for the good content through the last year. Hope you guys will have a lovely time, and we will see some awesome games. Some love from Aachen. Pete Rock, thank you so much for your contribution. I'm trying to make the best out of it. Häuptling Phil Himbeeren with one gifted sub. Joshua, an old-time subscriber, now coming back. Cheers, man. Tiff Draft. No more Malians, no more Chinese. So Vivi needs to win all 3 games. Ay. Mayans, Ethiopians and Malay, his last options against Berbers, Italians and Aztecs. Huh. Mayans could make a lot of sense. What do you want against Aztecs? Malay trash? Ethiopians? I don't know. And I also don't have tissues at the moment. Let's grab some. I'll take you with me, guys. Well, normally I have them behind here, but since I have all my text set up, change the positioning of those. Which diff do you think is better, Aztecs or Mayans? Dowd and Viper were arguing about yesterday. I think Mayans. At least I prefer Mayans, but Aztecs are pretty sick with the eco as well. The thing is, the strength of Aztecs is something you don't really feel that easily. I will let you take a look at the game. We'll blow my nose, and then we can start casting pretty soon. And here we go. Okay, Aztecs. So we're instantly going for the lame here, Mr. Liereyy, but he will go more to the top. So that won't really work out too well for him. And remember that he still has a restart. Vivi does not. Goes for the woodline over here. And it will be indeed number 1 against number 2. And that, is that a back gold? I think that's main gold. Crazini. Crazini. Knock knock. Admin, do your work. Is that a back gold or not? I think main gold needs to have 5 main gold spots. Lierey's just taking this fight with the chance to maybe take the reset after that. I think he's even winning it, honestly. And can just get away here and just move to the right hand side. Okay, no. Goes to the left hand side. No restart possibility for Vivi. That villager is idle as well, and he will have a pretty bad start again. Villager Eagle cannot block this off, and Vivi, did she see his gold? Yeah. Okay, doesn't want to call the restart. Obviously a mining camp here. he can still work quite efficiently here. But on this war, you kind of sometimes want to have more than 6 villagers on gold, right? So, old Wild Boar is keeping, or not really keeping up as well. Oh, not the greatest start for sure. Admins won't call restart, players have to call it. Okay. Viper is arguing in favor of ad stacks. Oh, don't tell me the boar is going back again. Okay. Well, the thing is, with ad stacks, a lot of their bonus is coming that you don't really feel, right? With their eco, +5 carrying. It's like you can't instantly see it on wood, can't instantly see it on food, gold. It's more like a bit of everything. You have a bit more of everything, which is, yeah, a tough bonus to really feel. And they have the worst eagles potentially. Less than 4 tiles. I thought main gold spot was less than 5 tiles. But yeah, I read that as well. Players need to call or ask for the restart in the first 6 minutes. And that's over now. Obviously, I'm not sure if Vivi read the rules exactly that well to know this very specific thing. Well, 1 tile away, quite untypical as well, especially because it's closer to the house then, so farming will be blocked a bit. Gold is technically bugged. Vivi scouted it by himself almost immediately. He can't call the restart, he chooses not to. Okay, as I said, I don't think Vivi knows the exact rules, right? How would he... yeah, but that's his responsibility as well. So, Crazini in the chat here, giving us the answers, the main admin of the tournament, and yeah, it is a big discussion, right? In NAC or in every show match I hosted, I just instantly messaged the players and told them, you have a bug gold, do you want to call a restart or not? Then they pause, think about it, and give me an answer. I will take the restart or not. But players checking for themselves. For example, like, let's think about it. If it was the reversed roles, like Liereyy had a bug gold or a stuck gold behind here, and he instantly went for laming, he would not have spotted it in the first 6 minutes because he was at the front fighting with the eagle and such. So, kind of his aggressive playstyle and laming, which actually like should be like really pushed to a maximum in this spot, would have hurt him to not get an admin restart that he quote unquote deserved. But a tricky situation for sure. Let's take a look. We have Vivi now with 3 militia out. Liereyy should see that, yeah, won't lose his eagle. Would have loved to see him heal the eagle up a bit. Now man-at-arm upgrade, and that's 4 man-at-arms against 3. This looks good for Liereyy. He even goes for the attack. And the other day I learned, if you have more militia, don't go chase, go do the damage. Something I didn't know, but makes so incredible much sense. Oh, eagle! Sniped! Uh-oh. But Liereyy is coming back after all. Interesting. So you saw, okay, you're somewhat walled. So what's the vision of Liereyy here? Nah, he sees the wall off. He must have feared that he can do 0 damage. So just going home. And Vivi, well, he has great map scouting and knows exactly where Liereyy are and what his resources are looking. Could have also been an argument for Liereyy to just stay aggressively. Because he knew he killed the eagle instantly. And it's very unlikely that Vivi just runs into him instantly. But it's kind of the safe play to go home as well. But now he goes for the attack again. kind of random. Just wanted to group up with his archers, maybe. Maybe scouting looks like an elephant. I see what you want to say. Oh, men-at-arms like town centers, I heard. Can we see a wall behind this? Not really. And, well, that's 2 men-at-arms going down. Some stone walls over here, and this looks pretty bad for Vivi, who is picking his best civilization left. After this, we have civilizations, Berbers, and Italians, I believe, for Liereyy, and Malay plus something for Vivi. Why is Liereyy playing open? Actually, that's the closest he's ever been. That's actually open still. Now coming around here, and oh, Vivi is just going full wall style. That wall is going down to 10 HP, and those villagers won't perform too well against that. Oh god, this might be a short game, guys. Military count 11 to 4, and that's some men-at-arms just over here somewhere. That wall won't be in time. Archer skirmisher not too great in defending this. Liereyy, he shouldn't really fight on the tower. That gold kind of blocked off, and maybe go into the woodline, could snag 1 or 2 villagers, but now the wall off before that. Ooh. Now the big go with the villagers. Let's take a look what he can make happen. Can he snag a villager? Tries to go back. Maybe snag an archer first. That's so much idle time. Liereyy, 4 villagers behind though. Did he do wheelbarrow? I'm a bit surprised. Well, why is he that far behind? Fletching now for Vivi, loses another archer at the front. Men-at-arms going back, but now all the archers lost as well, and Liereyy does not have wheelbarrow. So Vivi's equals so much better, but military count 16 to 2. Pretty heavy advantage, more eagles, more skirmishers. Oh man, Vivi's aggression not really that great, just went onto so many walls. Liereyy himself just played this very straightforward mass military. Tries to micro back his men-at-arms. Didn't get a lot of villagers. Look at that, so many low HP villagers, but all micro back now. Some of them are taking back the fight here. One of them going down. Some of them at the side having some problems and trying to re-wall here at the right hand side. Didn't really happen. Eagles are coming in, skirms as well. And goes for the fight again, but those villagers losing more and more HP. We have fletching on them already. +1 defense now for Liereyy as well. Let's take a look at all those villagers. Very low HP military count, 12 to 3. And more army trying to squeeze through here. Another skirmisher. Oh, nice micro, but still dies after all. And the wall, can it finish? No, blocked again. Villagers going down at the top now, finally. Another 2. Thing is though, Vivi, he's still 4 villagers dead. Liereyy is just playing, I don't want to say all-in-ish, but well, he clearly heavily focuses on his military production. 1 barracks, 1 archer range, and just smashes it out, but also thinks about castle age pretty soon. Something that we could maybe say against for Vivi. No fletching for him now. Some harassment here at the berries. Villager at 1 HP. Let's take a look. Forging now for Liereyy as well. I think I want to see another building. An archer range, or maybe a barracks. Feels kind of natural as well. Quite surprised that he's going for forging. Look at that, 500 food in the bank. Now the second barracks out of him. Vivi, somehow 3 villagers ahead in this one. And not with the worst resources. Just dancing around a bit more. Now broke those walls. Can just run through here. Liereyy now up. Let's take a look. Vivi, he is sitting at 500 food, 300 gold. And getting a market up here, and deleted that one at the top now. Eagles in, +1/+1 will take this fight quite nicely, doing 5 damage. I think only receiving 3. That's how it works. And therefore winning the 2v2 fight, even with those archers, but the last eagle is clearing this up. Still getting to castle age, but without any stone. And then Mayans, well, what can they go for? 1 archery range crossbowman. I've heard better things, guys. Goes for some more eagles, no archers. Maybe he just stays on mass eagles as well. Okay, goes on to massive amount of stone. Tries to get the plumes out, but Liereyy, he will have a big aggression before that, for sure. Vivi stone number 2 is at the front here. So it's basically only this one at the left hand side. Does Liereyy know about it? He scouted both stones. Check a look if he's trying to go for the raid. Sees all the wall-offs. Scum going to the top here as well. Catch that off guard. Where did the eagle go? Okay, they're going back. Tries to quick wall this. Pretty much impossible in that hilly area. Most likely one villager could get sniped. Pulls all the villagers instantly. I think that's an overreaction. I think he could have stayed on that stone. Although those 4 eagles might get a bit trickier. Now this is the castle age. What is the next step here of Vivi? Archer range, barracks. Oh, he's not reproducing out of anything. And that gold is just so ugly for him. Massive Wars, you want to have your gold control. Get the TC up here, but look at Instant Siege Workshop. That TC might even be denied. How many barracks do we have? 2. A market now as well. All the upgrades in the book. Eagle is squeezing through, and well, Vivi can't be happy with that last game, and it looks like Liereyy might win this game even more convincingly than Viper won his series here, and that could make us really excited for tomorrow. The push in over here, now Liereyy finally with more villagers, the first time in this whole game. And Vivi has to resign this 25-minute game to finish off this series. Liereyy with relentless aggression, go forward with 4 men-at-arms against only 3. And then the regroup with an archery range. Went for the full aggression. Vivi, unfortunate gold for sure, and decided to play with it, or didn't really know that that was in the rules. And yeah, just got smashed down here for sure. Incredible play by Liereyy. That aggression, that so many people, like probably everyone in the world, would have died to that aggression. Aztecs production just so much faster as well. Eagle, the skirms, archers just in there. Yeah, maybe a bit more focus on the quick wall here at the top could have bought him a bit more time, but even then the surround would have been here. He could have always arrested that area, and just so much more map control for him. Liereyy, congratulations, going into the finals, and we have our dream finals. Liereyy against the Viper tomorrow, 17 GMT. So pretty much prime time, best of 9 as well. So prepare even more popcorn than you prepared today. Tomorrow is going to be a sick day for sure. Liereyy seems so young. He's 17 and I believe 2 weeks now. What do we have? Saturday? Then he's 17, 2 weeks and 1 day. Largest army. Look at that, 7 for Vivi. Never really could get onto this one, and both Chinese players with so big hopes going into those semifinals, but well, pop, slapped by the Western elite. Liereyy and the Viper in the great finals, as you can see here, already updated in the bracket. Beautiful play for sure.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's directly jump into the next game. And let's take a look what will happen here. Oops, what is going on? The game ended. That's because the series is already over. This is just a VOD to avoid some spoilers. So yeah, you already saw the series till the end, and this is just a VOD without any content coming up, and therefore you can now close the video, and I hope you didn't get spoiled before at YouTube. Enjoy, guys. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's directly jump into the next game. And let's take a look what will happen here. Oops, what is going on? The game ended. That's because the series is already over. This is just a VOD to avoid some spoilers. So yeah, you already saw the series till the end, and this is just a VOD without any content coming up, and therefore you can now close the video, and I hope you didn't get spoiled before at YouTube. Enjoy, guys.